Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. Today we're going to talk about hand pollinating your fruit trees. Okay, you say, why would I need to hand pollinate my fruit trees? Well, there could be a number of different reasons. It might be that your fruit tree is not within a certain distance of another fruit tree that it needs for pollination. It could be that you don't have any bees running around. You just don't see them anymore. Whatever reason that might be, we're going to talk about hand pollinating them. Now, this tree is in really rough shape. It's been hit with the lawnmower. It kind of survived somewhat, but it's never done real good. As you can see, it's splitting up. This whole side's rotten. We're going to try to air layer off some more trees off of this year once it gets leafed out good so that we can reposition them to where they're in a better place, because this was put here. There were some other apples. They didn't survive. And the other apples that I have are a good ways away. Now, first thing, whenever we're talking about hand pollinating, we're going to look at these flowers. And if you notice, and I'm not going to get technical into the flower parts, but if you noticed up here, this area right here, the center of it is brown. What that indicates is this flower's been open for a while. Pretty soon it's fixing to drop its petals. So there's not going to be any viable pollen, or possibly not very much. Now, what I've got is a really fine brush, and this has been used for pollinating over and over, so there's probably still some pollen on it. But when you're looking for flowers, you got to find some that are nice and yellow. Now, if you can look at the center of this flower is yellow. The one underneath it is yellow. And what we're going to do is we're going to take pollen from those, the one that's just barely open right there, yellow. We're going to take the pollen from them with our brush. And if there's any other pollen that was left from the other trees, which it's going to be transferred onto that flower. And these have been pollinated by hand. And as you can see, they're setting apples. Now, I don't know how well these apples will do, because the tree is in rough shape. You know, it might have problems getting nutrients such as that. We will take and discuss in another video on how to protect these from insect damage without using insecticides. But right now, I'm going to collect the pollen from those good flowers, and we're going to go over to another tree. Okay, we've got our pollen and we're going to another tree. Now, this tree is only one of a few that was here, and the heat is really rough, and if I don't pay attention to the water, I've lost them, and I believe that's what's got them all. But I used to have a crabapple tree right here, which crabapples are ideal for pollinating other trees. But what we've got now, and this is a pink lady, that other one was a Granny Smith. And this pink lady has started blooming here just recently. Some of these flowers look like they should have been pollinated a little bit earlier, but it has been raining. But it's a simple task. All you got to do is take this brush and rub it around. Now, all these flowers aren't spent, but some of them are. And you just rub it around. And you can catch these flowers even when they're just opening. Now, some of these I'll wait for a few more days. There are a couple in here that I can get to, just kind of work my brush around inside normally. Well, these are not quite open enough. But that's all it is when it comes to pollinating, hand pollinating your trees. And like I say, depends on what your situation is. Like I say, I plan to get some other trees, get them out, get them in here closer to this. But without the bees coming in, and I haven't seen the bees here lately, and I've tried a couple years trying to keep a hive, and different situations has caused me to lose them. So if I want apples, I got to make that extra effort. And if you're in that situation, you have a tree that blooms, but you don't get apples on it, it can pollinate some of the flowers. If it gets bees, they could pollinate, and you might have occasional fruit that takes. But if you want a bunch of fruit, most of your apples need another variety to cross-pollinate so that you get your apples. And that's one of the reasons why when you grow an apple tree from seed, it doesn't stay true to that variety. If you want that variety, you need to actually air layer or propagate one of the limbs, and then try to find you some stock if you're going to graft it, if you're worried about certain disease resistance. But anyway, I hope this video is helpful to you. I hope you found some value in it. And of course, as always, you want to see more content like this, just hit that subscribe, hit the bell, select all, give it a big thumbs up, and share this video. Enjoy that gardening experience.